Midoriya, Izuku, and Christmas Party. There were a lot of things that Midoriya Izuku loved. Two of those things being you and Christmas. So when the joyous holiday began to work its way around the corner, he started to brainstorm ideas of how to celebrate and confess his feelings for you. Yes, he was head over heels for you and you had no clue. Though you were the only one that didn't know given how painfully obvious his feeling for you were. Even Todoroki, arguably the densest voice in the class, had noticed, stating it like, Midoriya, you always look as if you're going to be sick around them. Is there a reason for that? But that's beside the point. The point was that the class was having a Christmas party and Midoriya has a limited amount of time to conjure up some plan to confess to you at said party. It wasn't like him to pull such a bold stunt, especially in a romantic sense, but he believed that you deserved that and more. Unfortunately, he was able to come up with nothing and the party was mere hours away. Poor Izuku had consulted nearly everyone and still none of the ideas seemed suitable enough. He'd scored the internet for searching things like what to get your crush for Christmas, only to click on an unsuspecting article and be met with a list of suggesting lingerie. Never had he closed his phone so fast. So he resorted to asking his friends, who were only slightly better than the article. Lida said to get you an extensive collection of books on hair laws. Uraraka told him he could get you a cute sweatshirt for the cold weather. Todoroki tried offering the idea of a card with a sweet message detailing his feelings for you. And Bakugo said, "Get out of my face, fucking nerd." Midoriya groaned and let his head slam down on the table in the common room with a frustrated sigh. The party was at the end of the day and he had nothing. You walked into the room carrying a box of ornament for the tree when you saw him at the table. "Oh, hey, hi Izuku, what's up?" You called out. His head shut up at the sound of the voice he recognized so well. "Hi, I'm not doing anything right now. Hey, what's the box for?" he asked, gesturing to the one in your hand. "Oh, this is for the tree. Hey, your hair kinda looks like a Christmas tree. It's kinda cute." You stared with a smile. At this, a blush exploded on his cheeks and you giggled while he stuttered at a response. In the midst of his flustered rambling, you pulled a few small red ornaments out of the box and walked up to him. "Hold on, don't move for a sec, I have an idea," you said, and Izuku completely froze. You stuck out your tongue in concentration while you placed 3 of the ornaments in his fluffy hair. And here we go. All we need is a star on top. You giggled again. Midoriya sat in shocked silence, moments away from completely combusting and unable to muster a single response. He moved his scared hand to feel the ornament in his hair and was suddenly stuck with an idea. "Oh, I'll talk with you later. There's something I have to do," he said as he scrambled and collected all of his things and raced away before you could even respond. You shrugged it off with a smile before continuing on the tree. You noticed that Midoriya always got like that around you. Not that he didn't do that with most people, but it didn't take a genius to realize that it was more prominent in your presence. You liked him a lot, and it always left you a bit discouraged when he'd run off like that without explanation. Even so, it felt like your feeling for him only grew stronger every time a faint blush coated his cheeks, every time he flashed his pretty smile, every time his eyes twinkled while he talked about his dream of being a hero, or every time you really needed to get a hold of yourself. Izuku, on the other hand, had finally decided what he was going to do. Now, he hadn't exactly worked out how he was going to give you his gifts, but there was no time to dawdle over that at the moment. He rushed to Aizawa to get last-minute permission to rush to the store, practically screaming that it was a very important gift, and Aizawa, who wanted nothing more than to continue his nap, relented. Aside from loving, Midoriya was also good at a few things. Those things being picking out meaningful things and showing up to the important event at the last possible seconds. Everyone back at the dorm was shaking the clocks, waiting for him to get back from his escapade. When he finally burst through the door, in a cold sweat and carrying a medium-sized bag, his classmate began yelling in full annoyance for him to get upstairs and change into clean clothes. "Midoriya, go change out of your dirty clothes!" Always cutting in clothes, huh? Damn near making us sweat. You were the most kind of all them, walking up in your cute Christmas outfit with a smile and saying, "I'm glad you made it back on time. Do you need me to take that back for you while you change?" He shook his head with the thanks before making his way to his room to put on the red sweater and Santa hat. After changing at the speed of lightning, he began to organize your gift and place everything into a glittery gift bag. When he got back downstairs, all of the food was placed on the table in a buffet style, and everyone rushed to grab their favorite once Lida allowed it. Once everyone had filled their plates, the eating began and lively chatter filled the room. Midoriya was delighted that he managed to get a spot next to you, and your classmate watched with amusement while you two shared close conversation. Now that everyone has finished eating their main course, we may move on to the gift exchange and desserts, Lida announced with a choppy arm movement. Everyone was buzzing with excitement as gifts were given and wrapping paper thrown down. Despite his anticipation, Midoriya wanted to wait until a more quiet moment to give you his gift, knowing that doing it in the middle of the ruckus wouldn't be the best idea. The final gift was given by Todoroki, who had purchased a gift card to his favorite soba restaurant for everyone, and Midoriya knew it was time. "Listener, could you come with me for a minute, please?" he asked quietly, so no one else would hear. You gave him a confused look while nodding before slipping away to an empty hallway with him. His nervousness was palpable while you graciously waited for him to start talking. So this is a lot harder than I expected to be, but I got you this and I wanted to give it to you in private," he said, the blush growing on his cheeks while he handed you the gift bag. Despite his friend's idea for gift being weak while separate, they were quite strong when put together. So, the first thing you picked up was a fluffy green sweater with a Christmas on the front. Midoriya remembered you saying once that green was your favorite color, and he never forgot it for obvious reasons. Next was a notebook filled with useful information about analysis he'd done on your quirk and fighting style. "Oh, Izuku, thank you so much, that's so great," you squealed. He beamed at your praise and reminded you that there was one more thing in the bag. A card, just as Todoroki had suggested. It was short, but the weight of it filled your heart with emotions. Izuku couldn't read the expression on your face and started to panic, rumbling out, I'm sorry if this is too forward. It's just that I've liked you for a long time and I didn't really know how to tell her, but it seemed like a good idea and it was cute. It was cut off by a pair of lips, specifically your lips against his own as he melted against you, hands reaching out to grasp yours. Both of you sighed and smiled into the kiss, but you were suddenly cut off by the flash of a camera. You broke apart to see the rest of your classmates jumping around in excitement, passing cash from beds and clasping. About damn Deku. Bakugo teased, and no one has the heart to comment on the small grin of approval he wears. You look back at Izuku with a wide smile that he returned. You know, I was gonna wait until New Year's to do this, but it looked like you beat me to it. You breathe grimly. Well, I wouldn't mind if you wanted to anyway. He remarked cheerfully before pulling you in for another kiss. He remarked cheerfully before pulling you in for another kiss.